Good morning. How are you? So many faces I know, and some new friends too. Give me a moment. I want to go through the pages because I want to see you all for a moment. If you can have your video on, that's always nice because I look around and I get a felt sense of what's going on in your space, and therefore it resonates with all of us. Let's all take a breath together. Just kind of choreographing our intent. And lately, I have been using desire in place of intent. We know that word is frowned upon in certain circles, but I talk about the purity of desire, right? If we gaze into every desire we ever had and we distill it down to its most germing, ultimate essence, it's always the desire for beingness. So I'm still looking around a bit, all these enlightened embodiments. So embodiment, just feel into your body. How do I know I'm aware? That has a felt sense, right? And if you are still trying to discern a little bit between the whirlwind of the movement of mind or the nature of mind, just realize I'm that which knows my thoughts, feelings, emotions, and perceptions. So then you kind of fall open. And it's spaciousness is what we feel, what we talk about a lot in these traditions. And there's the knowing quality. I know that I know. So even simple mindfulness, which is world peace in itself, right? Sojourn practitioner is kind of like mindfulness, right? But it's world peace. Just open up. So who or what is it that knows my experience? And then also how amazing that we come together like this. There is a resonance. So there is this knowing quality. So the direct perception, I know that I know that I am. I am, and the I that I am knows that I am. And I know that I know, the knowing of the knowingness of knowing. And then there is an energy, but it's not, there's a resonance. It's bright. There's this resonance of being. And then we get together, and then there's a co-resonance. And then what is the resonance? It's the resonance of timeless awareness, timeless loving awareness. And because we come together, there is a brightening in the field. At a rest. So let's take another breath together. And with your mouth open, let go. And just allow the habitual mind and habitual pattern to step aside or to be suspended, to kind of drop open. Or as Lama Surya likes to say, drop and flop, just dropping open. And what remains? Heart essence awareness. And then feeling into this collective resonance, the actuality of beingness. Yet not a thing. Don't want to make it a thing now, but yet there is an actuality of resonance, of knowing, of energy. And then we get a little distracted and we bring it back, and we get a little distracted and we bring it back. And that's a sign of your beautiful creativity of your mind, which is always creating, but it's creating from habitual patterns. It's limited, right? Because it's informed by your family systems and your historical narrative. So we try to be creative and perceive directly from this openness. So there's also, we could call it an openness when we open up to what remains, when we allow our habitual patterns to not so be upfront. And then we know from the teachings and from our experience with those around us that open up to this, and from ourselves, that from that openness arises this wish for all beings to be free from concern. So that's maybe the main Sochen pointing out instruction, is for us to discern the difference between the habitual structures of mind and timeless awareness itself. And then when all these ancient instructions come up, and however they modulate in more modern languaging, if you listen to them from the habitual mind, then they quickly start sounding metaphysical. But if you're wide open and shining with beingness, then it's the aha, the recognition. And so even timeless awareness arising in time. So right in this very immediacy, there's the constancy of this bright awareness. And so when I speak with people about how their practice is evolving, the main limiting belief that comes up is distraction. So I would like to do in a little bit, maybe a 3 or 4 minute concentration practice, and then open up. And within that, we're also going to look into the radiance of the body. So bright and present. So timeless because of it. It's changeless, ever present. So time collapses in the very immediacy, the shimmering immediacy, and even distance collapses. And that's where we find the collective resonance of us, all of us on this call. And not being able to discern the difference between the mind with a little m and timeless, awake, boundless awareness is the tragedy of this world. So feeling open, then all the tenderness and intensity of the world just flows right through it. We have more of an open, spacious field, a vantage point, an every-awareness, an openness. So then we don't have to encounter the tenderness and intensity of a life as a human being with resilience, but with open fluidity. And in that fluidity, we don't become submissive little beggars. We sit upright, feel the strength. As Padmasambhava used to say, Guru Rinpoche, Sochen is the path of intensity But in this historic psyche, collective psyche that we're in, we often hear this, oh Lord, I'm not worthy. Oh Lord, I'm not worthy. F that. Sit up straight. Because from this strength, we also encounter the guardian of wholeness and the protector of innocence. And we start by not leaving ourselves out of the equation. So in the tradition, often there's this call of pep to really call everyone synchronized into the immediacy of being. I will just ask for occasional breaths. So let's synchronize with another breath. Then just allow the mind even to recede more. And there arises the felt sense of awareness of being, of beingness in its fullness. And then it's often called the heart essence tradition. We feel in the felt sense of the body, our heart starts to shine a bit more. And then we identify right there that sweet wish for happiness that arises in every sentient being. And there is that innocence. So everyone forgiven from this openness. And then wisdom and gnosis are spontaneously present. So in that shimmering immediacy, in that energy, maybe in that energy you feel a little bit of that shimmering, and tension is too strong of a word, but of the potentiality of bodhicitta, this boundless creativity. That doesn't mean, oh, now I know everything. Our usual psyche will go like, haha, that's right. We'll try to take over. But when we habituate this direct perception and direct creative loving expression, then there is a evolution of creative compassion in our lives. And not, then we feel this open spaciousness, don't fall into transcendence. That is not Sochen. Just as you are. Oh, that is so liberating. And all the teachers through the history of Sochen have been saying that just as you are. So just as you are, so there's a uniformity to this beingness, but the just as you are-ness is the uniqueness of you as the Buddha in this world. Unique, perfectly equipped for the awakening of anyone that touches your concentric circles of healing potential. Let's take another breath together and hold for a moment. Energize. Mouth open, let go. What remains? Bright mind. And now I will say Shanti Deva's prayer. I might have done it last time too, but I love it so much. Shantideva said, "May I be the protector to all those without protection, a leader for those that journey, a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the furthest shore of awakening. May the pain of every living creature be completely taken away. May I be the doctor and the medicine. May I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world, until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements like the earth, may I always support life of all boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of various beings that reach to the limits of space." Bright mind. So obviously sit however you wish. We're so delighted you're with us. So if I guide into something that you not necessarily want to follow precisely, just sit in your brightness. As the fast expands and you're just as you areness. And if you want to join me for about maybe 3 or 4 minutes, close your eyes. Feel into your beingness. And direct your mind like a boat rudder in the stream of your breath, the in-breath, meticulously, not patchy little distractions, but intimate, with the whole in-breath and the whole duration of the out-breath. And in the gap in between the out and the in-breath, feel into your body as a whole, the felt sense of the body. Not particular areas in your body, but the whole soma. Maybe it goes a little bit beyond edges of your anatomy. That's okay. Carefully, carefully. And the duration of the gap between the out and the in breath depends on your need for oxygen. Don't alter your breathing pattern. Natural breath and energy. Let the whole field of bodily sensation become your attention. Rising, falling, whole body awareness. Rising, falling. Notice how you fall open into the radiance of your body. Here another practice of not transcending, but including everything that we are in this world. Notice how easily you fall open. So awareness coagulated as attention, attending to your breath, and falling open into the radiance of your body. Maybe a couple more minutes. Carefully, carefully. Feeling into the just as you harness the breath and the energy in the world and the radiance of the Buddha on your seat. And now when you, after the out breath and you open up to the openness of your body, that's the openness, right? The body, the embodiment and the openness to which we experience the felt sense of our boundless being. So here, in between the out and the in breath, just open up further. Like the whole room, just open up as the radiance of your body, radiancing the space all around. Okay, now let's take a breath together at the same time. And don't pay attention any longer to your breath unless you're enjoying it. And fall open into the radiance of being and mingle knowing awareness with the space all around and the space all around with knowing awareness. Don't be limited by your room. In all directions, boundless awareness. Metabolizing whatever comes, not holding too tight, not becoming attached to the blissy rainbow hot tub. Allow the mind to move if it wishes. And whatever arises, metabolizes back into its purity. Any thought, any feeling, any emotion. Don't go looking for any, let it come up naturally. By itself arising, by itself liberating, by itself healing on behalf of all beings. May you be the radiant portal for the healing of all beings. bright, luminous, boundless awareness, changeless, always right with us. Light, energy, and knowingness. Literally experiencing the actuality of the potentiality of meaningfulness, the actuality of your boundless creativity. This is experiential, not a belief, not faith. Faith and belief get in the way of us being able to experience our true essence. So if you feel any little shards of limiting beliefs, just relax, but bright open, let it dissolve. Practice of Sochen Trekshot, metabolization, whatever arises is identified as pure. Discomfort going in, healing going out. Rest into the knowing, natural great peace. Not without the turbulence of historical narrative maybe, or experience, but free from it. So in the very immediacy, the shimmering immediacy of being, arises our boundless capacity. And in this timeless moment, there is no room for any psychological narrative, any historical narrative. We become basically ahistorical. Very direct. So then we even dare to say, this very moment is not merit-based. It's just happening by itself, from within itself. Why may I experience this boundless wholeness? I think the only response is gratitude. Great fortune. So let's pull together with a soft breath. Take a breath. Just a little desire to be even more aware, intensifying, opening up as the field. I'm going to read this paragraph of Longchenpa, 13th century sage in the Dzogchen tradition. And don't hold on to the words. Let it just sing. The Vajra heart essence. So maybe feel your heart essence. Can you feel your heart while you're still open? This is not Longchenpa. I want you to have the open perspective. So fast expands and the heart simultaneous. Yeah, that's a beautiful vantage point. Simultaneous mind. Here goes Longchenpa. It is really great to know that your mind is not your awareness and your awareness is not your mind. This discovery is the beginning of liberation. This is the beginning discovery of the Vajra heart essence. The space of the heart, the source, and the heart essence is the experience of the innermost space of the heart that is both manifestation of the continuum of beingness, luminous beingness of being. The heart essence awareness is the experience of the profound openness and luminosity of the inner space of the heart. And the experience of this spaciousness as the unbound and unborn beingness of being, which is timeless awareness itself. This timeless awareness is found in us and is the innermost awareness within the heart. This heart essence is the pure gnosis, the pure knowingness, the knowingness that knows knowingness itself. This gnosis, this spacious knowingness is both energy and light. This luminous knowingness is embodied in the flesh of the cave of the heart. Let's take a breath together. Just resonance. sitting here together, resonating together as the loving Vajra heart essence, facilitating each other's self-liberation. Not just the uniqueness of you as the Buddha, also the uniqueness of this very moment, of this collective. Facilitating each other's self-liberation. No waiting. Take the power into your own heart and let it radiate out. As Lama Surya often says, you are the one we have been waiting for. No waiting. Strong, upright, loving, not a softie. Again, protector of innocence. So a strong tenderness. Then often the question comes up in these spaces, how do I hold this tenderness in the face of this fractured world? Noticing that this tenderness indeed is strength. When we feel our frustrations and anger, and it's metabolized through this tender heart essence openness, it doesn't vanish. The frustrations and little shards of anger transform, and then frustration and anger become courage to speak the truth directly, power to act from integrity, in this fire to protect what is sacred and innocent. And the fierce courage to hold pain without turning away. Pain in me, pain in the collective. By staying connected to this givenness of the Dharmakaya, the givenness of this source openness. Stay with that. Yeah, let's take a breath together. And let's have a pact that we will all stay open and start experiencing and creating directly. This is our wish. This is our desire. This is our prayer, that we are always established in this state of fearlessness, confidence. That's what one of the original teachers of Sochen Garab Dorje said. It's confidence that arises. What is this actuality of my beingness? The actuality is actually confidence. This is the felt sense of being, this ontological home, life after life, death after death, once recognized, will not be unseen. This is my authentic, unconditional state. Life after life, death after death. There is the changelessness, beginningless, endless, beyond eternal and non-eternal. I do not have to believe this. Belief is just an intellectual idea. And when you believe, you're stuck in ideation and it becomes a trap. First, identify the actuality of your radiance. So now open up to be vast mind, all saturating, boundless. Feel the radiance of your body too. Like a bottle of light suspended in space, radiating the all at onceness of you as the radiant healer of the world. I rest in the fearless heart of being, my true home, life after life, breath after breath. No mind can contain it. It is here, silent, boundless, unchanging, untouched by time, not fractured by change. I do not seek it, for I am it. Soft and open, strong, indestructible, Vajra, indestructible, and free, without beginning, without end. This does not lean on belief, nor does it wait for hope. It is the actuality of being itself, radiant, tender, and immediate. All that arises, all that dissolves, every joy and every sorrow, moves inside this field of kindness, never outside it, never a part of it. Even when the world feels uncertain, I remain steady. Even in the midst of loss, I remain whole. Even in sorrow, I'm embraced by love. The boundless wholeness that I am holds everything, with nothing to resist and nothing to lose. Here, right now, I am free. Here I'm home. Here I am always, in the heart of being that loves without limit. Let's take a breath together and start opening to this not being a meditation, but our life being the meditation, the transitionless transition. We're getting closer to the end. Don't lean, stay open. I'm going to two little prayers, and you just keep your heart open. Gewa di nurudak jokpa chempo drup yornye do achikyang malupa dei sala gopa shok. Through this virtue may we swiftly realize and fully embody the natural great perfection that we are, and that will bring all without exception to its complete realization. And in gratitude for Lama Surya having created so much momentum of healing and awakening in so many beings, and for this space between us right now resonating with his beautiful desire for your healing. Here goes his millennium prayer. May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, may all be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, and free. May there be peace in this world and throughout all realms of existence. An end to war, violence, poverty, injustice, and oppression. And may we all together complete the spiritual journey. Oh yeah. I'm looking around again. Thank you so much for being with us. It's not a small thing at all. So we have a few minutes, but the best thing would be if you are feeling like this openness and it's radiating, if you have something to say from that openness, even if it's just like, I feel open, or whatever comes up, then that is very important. Languaging is the house of being, and your resonance has an impact. So if something comes up, you can unmute. You don't have to put your hand up. And in the meantime, if you feel a little shy, then we'll sit here for a few more minutes. We run a clean ship here. We stop right at the hour. Linda, you can just unmute.
I just wanted to say a huge thank you. And the words that you spoke toward the end, they absolutely touched my heart to the point of tears coming to my eyes. And I just want you to know that your message to us is so significant. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I really feel that, and I'm touched by it. And your tears are, of course, an expression of the innocence of your heart. And they're so beautiful. And it's not my message, it's our message. It's the collective resonance. And I'm so fortunate I can be sounding a little bit and maybe cause a little bit of that recognition of our purity and innocence. And so thank you. That's really sweet that you shared that. Also very encouraging for me. Also, we have a group that meets every morning on Zoom and once every 2 weeks in Santa Monica in person. So if you ever want to join us, here's the email address if you want. Eduardo, just unmute.
I was writing down what I think you said, but I wrote down this very moment is not marriage based. It's just happening by itself, within itself. Is that kind of what you said?
Merit.
Merit based. Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's a little touchy in Buddhist circles, right? Because merit, it's all merit, and yet in the sphere, so merit needs time to express itself. Karma needs time to, so yes, merit and karma in the world maybe, but in the immediacy of being, no concerns. This is you're already in nirvana right now. What are you pushing for and pulling from? It's like right here, right now. So not merit based, right? Strong,
Well,
not married. No, no karma, not married.
yeah, well, I could.
I'm gonna get whacked somewhere. But okay, so but do you feel that? Do you feel that? That's really right now, right here. So you're so free. Not because we're always a little oh, the karma shit. I just like I just wasn't. I was a little unkind. I'm gonna get whacked. No, you can't be touched. Indestructible. Vajra says it in the teaching. Vajra, indestructible. Nothing can happen to you. Nothing can happen to you. You can take your last breath and, in the Shanti Deva prayer until we pass away from pain. I sometimes leave that pain out. And I'm going like, no, I have the courage to say pain. But we don't all die of pain, but maybe there will be pain. But there's nothing you can't handle from this indestructible, open radiance. Thank you for coming, being with us. This was amazing. Thank you for allowing me to resonate. Be happy. Bye.